If, however, the lockdown continues, and as was recently suggested by the President of South Africa, that certain areas with higher recorded infection numbers are to be treated more stringently than other parts of the country, then this can only be seen as a direct attack against the Western Cape and amounts to waging an economic war against the one province in the country that has done more testing and also happens to not vote for the ANC government. As we discussed earlier, the economy equals lives. With lives at stake, we can no longer continue to be the weak and abused child, begging for food in an abusive home. It is time for the democratically elected leaders in the Western Cape to start acting in a manner that is befitting of the responsibility that Western Cape citizens and voters have privileged them with. If continuing with an illogical, abusive, social, psychological, and economically destructive political weapon called the South African lockdown is going to inevitably destroy the Western Cape as we know it, then we are left no choice but to put to the test our constitutional right under Section 235 of the South African Constitution, the right to self-determination. The right to determine our own political and economic future, as is enshrined and protected in our Constitution, the United Nations, and the African Union Charters, to which South Africa is a legally bound signatory. In consultation with our legal counsel, we've been advised that the Premier of a province has the constitutional power to call a referendum within the province that they govern. The Democratic Alliance and Western Cape Premier Alan Winde have the constitutional powers right now to call for a referendum on self-determination. The Western Cape has the legal right to govern itself, free from vindictive oppression and tyranny. Will Premier Alan Winde defend the interests of the people of the Western Cape and give us the opportunity in a referendum to set us free from this insanity? If you believe, like we believe here in the Cape Party, that enough is enough, and you find good reason in the virtues and values that those before us carved out in their pursuit of human rights, truth, and justice, then join us as we unite in a common voice of peaceful resistance to reclaim our freedoms in this, our beloved home, the Cape of Good Hope. Thank you.